guest, Mr. Appu Silmani, Director, Roadmap IT Solution Private Limited, Coimbatore, to deliver the inaugural address.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think, are we on a sleep mode? Yeah, it's a very tough time. It's already past our lunch and all. So I wanted to start off my topic as about entrepreneurship. I just use this startup as a word which is giving kick for every one of us. Almost many of the industry leads, including Ratan Tata, and everyone are now hunting for startups. So that is going to be a pep word. So we are using this startup as a pep word here. When I talk about entrepreneurship, as per my understanding, whatever the entrepreneurship is, it is leadership with responsibility. So this is how I grew up as an entrepreneur. When I was put into the entrepreneurship scale, when I was about 16 or 17, I started my career doing many things, including driving an auto. I couldn't imagine myself standing here as an auto driver who will deliver an address to students. It is really giving a lot of energy for me. Not that I claim to be so humbly started, but why I am telling is that a person like me who can be an entrepreneur and who can lead a business, you guys can do much better. What I have learned from all my education didn't work out when I went into entrepreneurship mode. So why? We will categorize this entrepreneurship into two portions. One is leadership and another is what is called responsibility. Okay, let's talk about the leader. Who is a leader? A person who is willing to think, feel and act for more people beyond himself or herself. Another important thing is a person who can be a leader should include other people as a part of himself or herself for making the desired things happen. How many of you want to be entrepreneurs? Can you show up your hands? Good. Thank you. So, if you want to be an entrepreneur, first you have to be a leader. If you don't have the traits of a leader, if you don't have a person who can follow you up, if you can't think of others, if you can't take others' life as yours, then definitely for sure you forget it to be an entrepreneur. So generally the leadership traits are only four, which I would starting off of the basics. You guys have talked about many things which we all don't know. But generally, for leading an organization or leading a business, these are all the four traits which I wish you should learn. First is honesty. I'm talking about very, very basics. When you want to be successful in business, these are all the basic traits. All the presentations that you have done, go back to your home and find out are you honest enough in making this kind of presentation. You have to make yourself understand that if you are really honest in making these presentations by whole of your heart. If not, then prepare your slide for yourself and then again go run through the presentations again, which I would strongly recommend. Trustworthiness. See, there was a team which was demonstrating about manufacturing a bag. There was one more person who was talking about the musical instruments. Musical instrument is such a wonderful business, but whatever the words that you have talked about, you should keep your words. Building trustworthiness among your customers is what is the top priority. If you start off your life as an entrepreneur, completing the first two portions will take at least 5 to 8 years of your lifetime. Because people in the market, whatever you talk, they don't believe you so easily. First of all, you have to be really honest and trustworthy. For this, you have to have a lot of patience and you have to keep working towards this. Next comes this enthusiasm and the stableness in your mind. You can be of wonder that whether these two can go hand in hand, but still yes, it can. When I was starting my career at like 16 or 17 with one of my good friend, we used to do many things. We didn't have the opportunity of making presentations like this, or we didn't have the capability to study and learn and all these things. It was not possible those days. So what we did was we jumped into the field and started working. Do anything that comes across. In fact, myself and my friend, the daughter of my friend who calls me Appa too, she is among you, one of you. We will sell onions in Sulur market, Sulur Sandai. We will sell, next day we will sell it in Vadavalli Sandai. Can you imagine that? See, businesses and entrepreneurship is not like an air conditioning cabin. It is very tough. The guys with so much of enthusiasm who have created that bag, who has got that the plantation thing going, I see a lot of enthusiasm in you, like in those days what I was having. We didn't know what to do. At least you know something to do. We didn't know actually what to do. Then came a time period when we understood what actually is the business and what we have to do in the business to survive ourselves and take care of our family. So like, if you are tough in mind and also a team worker and you can lead by an example, definitely you can be an entrepreneur. If you are not ready for these 4 traits, forget it, you can never be an entrepreneur. Now, how many of you want to be an entrepreneur? Please stand up. Still after all this? Good. Really good. Thank you. And I'm not here to give you one more lecture which you hear every day in your classrooms. Let this be a very participative interaction, so that like you guys benefit something out of my talks and I benefit something out of your talks. So these are all the responsibilities a leader should hold. One is like set and achieve tasks on priority. Then focus to innovate and market. Solve problems by making right business decisions. Persuade, inspire and motivate your team. Perform and make perform. These entrepreneurs who have showed up your hands, can you understand the responsibility that you have to hold as an entrepreneur? Can you guys? Still, how many of you want to become an entrepreneur? I am not discouraging anyone to become an entrepreneur. Actually, I wanted to fire you up that you have to be much more proactive. If you want to really become an entrepreneur and take care of many people's lives, then you have to be a leader. If not, like we should not disturb others' life. I hope you guys got the point. So when you have the ability to lead, and if you have the ability to hold the responsibility, forget about it, the result happens. You need not run towards the result will happen. Just like how you do your classroom's paying your attention ready, and then you throw your books out in the home, but still come back to your examinations and get out in 80 plus or 90 plus. If you follow all these things, the result will happen. I don't say that the same thing is there available you have to do for entrepreneurship too. So now we understand that entrepreneurship is like leadership with responsibility. Now how many of you want to go for entrepreneurship? Hands are dropping down? No, still all those people who want to become entrepreneurs are holding their hands. Yeah, good. If you have this kind of a stubbornness, definitely you are an entrepreneur. Maybe you may not be having the right kind of a product or right kind of a mentor to take you up. But if you have this kind of an intention and the strong mind, definitely you will be an entrepreneur. But all these traits which I was talking about was like for ages. When I started my career as an entrepreneur. But today's entrepreneur need these following things. You have to have the 3M. First is muscle. Either you are muscle or you form a team to have a bigger muscle. If you should have your mind. Mind means a stable mind. Like if whatever happens, you grow up your business or you grow down your business, but your mind should be stable and you should have the ability to bring back the business in whichever direction that it is going to go. Like holding a steering of a car. You control yourself. If you do both those things, the muscle and the mind, you control both the muscle and mind, money follows. You need not work towards money. If you really work towards money, then you are not an entrepreneur. As an entrepreneur, you have to concentrate and focus on the muscle and your mind. Then the money follows. Yeah. So it's whatever is the entrepreneurship that I am talking about is an attitude, like the leadership attitude. Maybe people with lesser kind of ability may think that this guy is showing off, or they can think about you that you are too much for them. Like that, it can happen, but still don't lose that attitude. That is the attitude which will make you a leader and eventually an entrepreneur. Can you guys identify any of these logos? Now, one, please. Can I have the mics, please be shared? What is the first logo? Give the mics to anyone who is raising up the hands. What is the first logo?
It's Pocket.
Get Pocket. Have you ever used it?
Yeah.
Okay. What does it do?
To share things with me.
No, you have a Google. You can Google it everything, but still, if you want to store a particular article or a particular thing in your backend, and then if you want to read it after some time, that tool is very much useful. Because without these tools, no entrepreneur can survive these days. That's why I am asking you, anybody is aware of these kind of tools? Can anyone else mark the second logo? Second logo is sunrise calendar. It connects all your to-do list, all your programs for the year, and the programs or events or schedules, meetings and everything. It can be connected through that one equipment, one tool, which we can be connected to multiple instruments, like multiple equipments, like a desktop or a mobile or an Android, like a tab or whatever. The third one, anybody can identify? It's Evernote. That's very good. Like, you will definitely be an entrepreneur. So that's Evernote is another tool which creates your business plans, which can share your business plans with multiple people like you as a team. It can also have a chat inside that project. Inside that, the tool has got a chat room where you can discuss about the project and take it forward. The one that is below, first one below, can you identify? It's a to-do list. Things to do for today. If you don't have a plan for the day, what is the use of having a business plan? Anybody identify the next one? Definitely you sure should be WhatsApp. And the other one also you guys should have been Skype. Next slide please. The first one on the top. Cam card. That's very good. Who's done that? Who told that cam card? Use it. Good. Congratulations. Next one is YouTube. Everyone will know. The other one is like LinkedIn. You should be knowing. And there is Google. Then Wiki. Yes. The last one. Dropbox. That's fantastic. These are all the few tools which any budding entrepreneur of today should have. If you don't have, or if you don't have the knowledge of these kind of tools, and if you have really a business plan, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. It is actually, if you consider all these tools are nothing but an organizing tools, a personal organization tools. If you don't have the ability to organize yourself by every 15 minutes of a day, definitely mark my words, you can never become an entrepreneur. If you really want to become an entrepreneur, you have to organize yourself in such a way that you should lead, you should make things happen as per your wish. If you can't do that, forget about it. Again, sincerely I am telling, I am not here to discourage that you people should be entrepreneurs. What I am telling you is that it is such hard. to be an entrepreneur and survive in the market. I am talking about a successful entrepreneur. I am not talking about a normal entrepreneur. I am not talking about a person having a small instrument shop. Somebody was displaying an instrument shop in Coimbatore alone. I want you guys to become, run around the globe. I'm talking about those kind of entrepreneurs. I'm not talking about a petty shop entrepreneur. I'm not talking about a milk shop entrepreneur. I'm not talking about that. If you don't have these kind of tools, we can't survive the future. Generally, this is a business cycle which happens in any industry. I'm taking a small industry slide. Initially, the customer order comes to you. Am I right, mister, that you have shown about your musical instrument? It starts with your customer order, right? Unless you have an order, you don't need to procure. If you need to procure, you need the customer order. So customer order is the primary. How you bring a customer order is a different story. I'm not going to go deep into it because that is not required as of now at your level. But if you don't have a customer order, you don't need procurement. If you don't have the procurement plan, you don't need to have a production plan. You don't need to have a costing. That's why we were asking about those people who were talking about the Tetra Pak water bottle. Who was guys? Tetra Pak water bottle people? Team? Yeah. So, unless you have a production plan and a costing plan, how can you survive the what do you call, the road roller called soft drink majors, Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola? They'll run over you. So when you have a production plan and a costing plan, then only you need a distribution plan. When you have a distribution plan, then only you need to have an accounting and finance, then HR, corporate performance, customer service. Generally, we don't do a strong feedback. Indian companies, we don't do a strong feedback. Successful Indian companies do it, even Indian companies. As a bottom level, entry level startup companies, we don't do feedbacks, which is very, very necessary. You call a carpenter to your home, fix up a lock, he will ask you, check whether whatever the lock I have fixed, is it right or wrong? Are you satisfied? A carpenter asks, but my company never asks, how will I survive? How will I move the cycle, wheel of the business into forward? How can I make it as a positive cycle? Unless I get that feedback and somebody says me that, yes, whatever the work you have done is right, then only my positive cycle will be starting. He will refer few people, you will do good service to them, they will refer multiple people, then you grow naturally. So in Indian atmosphere, we give very, very least attention to feedback. If you give an attention to feedback, then definitely mark my words, you are successful. Then comes your business intelligence, data analytics, this, that, all the nice coined words, internationally coined words, all these things comes very late. But what about the e-commerce business, the enterprise asset management, data analytics? We talk very, very excellent words. But what is the use of it if you don't do the basics right? Generally, an ideal business has got so many departments like finance, sales and distribution, quality, production planning, costing, customer relationship, engineering, HR, payroll, everything. See, all these departments should be connected. What I am saying is that your business automation is mandatory. Even if you are a 5 lakh company or a 500 crore company, your business automation is mandatory. Today, we don't have right kind of a people to administer the business. Do you guys agree? If I asked, there should be around 500 to 600 people over here. 6 people or maybe around 15 people told me that they want to become entrepreneurs. All other people, what is that they are going to do? They are going to work for the business organization and grow it. But for that, unless you have the right data and right kind of analytics, how will you make the entrepreneurship successful? So basically, any business, whether it is even a startup business, I would strongly recommend business automation. I am not talking about what are the tools that I have mentioned about, like Google or GetPocket or whatever, Evernote or that. I am not talking about those tools. That is actually, those tools are required to organize yourself better. I am talking about business automation like ERP solutions, like software which can give the whole control of the business in your fingertips. Even you run 500 crore company, if you can see your business complete thing in your dashboard of your tab, then you are successful. If you don't do that, mark my words, definitely we are not going to be successful. I'm talking about the future of the business. Starting today for the future of 5 years, I'm talking about. Unless you improve yourself consistently with all the technologies that is getting updated and making the business more to an automated arena, it will be really tough for us to succeed. Why it is a must? It focuses on excellence. Yeah, run through. So avoids duplication. It gives edge over competition. It gives right business decisions at right time. No. Hold on. Yeah, right business decisions at right time. It can give all your equipments preventive maintenance. It helps focus on repair history, maintenance cost and all. So all these things come to your fingertips. You can't rely on people. Why? Because the information that is required for you may be of a simple reason for somebody else. But for you, that information is very, very vital. So you need to have the business automation softwares in place. It helps to check on costing, manufacturing process. That's why I asked about the Tetra Pak team people about the cost of their manufacturing the product. Because that's very important. When Kinley can sell at 20 rupees and if you are selling at 34 rupees, whatever you talk, environment, ecology, every word that highly configured, you talk about all those words, nobody is going to listen. For everyone, money matters. It is with the how much cost that you are going to produce, how less a cost that you are going to produce, that is important for the customer. If you are not on the mass market, yes, you can say all these things. There will be some few people who will buy even at 100 rupees or 200 rupees also they will buy because that will be fancy for them. But are you there for the mass market or for just like a few customers? That you have to decide. And it helps achieving quality, it improves forecasting. See, business needs forecasting. See, if you are in a textile business, anybody is there, a textile mill owner's son or someone who is into weaving or spinning business? So, cotton is raw material. The cotton is, we get cotton only 4 months in a year. But the spinning has to run all through the year. If you can't identify the price of previous year, of what rate that you have bought the cotton, how you can fix the price for this year and how you can fix the price for a spinning, how you can fix the price for your yarn, how you can fix the price for your cloth. Unless you do a right business forecasting, you can never do that. Ultimately, we will not be doing a successful business. Control on financials, book tallied costing. Now the concept is like book tallied costing, whatever the costing that we have made, that has to match with the real expenses that we are making. Let it be a petrol expense or even a food expense or whatever, the costing should be perfect. Energy efficiency, which is the talk of the town. Somebody was talking about the solar panels and all. It was very nice presentation. S, we need to cut on cost. For that, every other resources that is there, the capex expenditure and everything is being done in the industrial organizations. Unless you are prepared for that, you can never be there. You have a corporate office, multiple manufacturing units, multiple branches, multiple employees, all remote people. Somebody was talking about the services that they are going to do. You have 30 people in the market for your company who is going to provide solutions and services. You never know. I will take a bike from the office. I'll park it in Kudiyamuttur and I'll say I am in Palakkad. How will you monitor me? You have an Android connected with GPS, GPRS. Use the right tool to monitor them, right? Unless if you do that, he will cheat you. Because as a salesman, I am more interested in my earnings. I am not bothered about whether you make money, you become an entrepreneur or not. Situation is like that in the market. Nobody cares. Everybody cares about their own income. Yes, that they are fair on their part. We can't expect them to give their life to us. But whatever the time, 8 to 10 hours that are given us, we should get it done. So business automation will help systematically exchange intelligence. It will respond with speed and superior performance, which will help create smart entrepreneurship. I am talking about smart entrepreneurship, not about a normal entrepreneurship. I want you guys to grow in a bigger scale. Like our Prime Minister is calling for people who can create a Google, who can create a Microsoft in India. You are going to be the entrepreneurs. We are going to be the entrepreneurs who are going to create that. On his dream of 10% plus GDP growth on a sustained basis, not on a 1 year, it is on a sustained basis, our Prime Minister requested Indian entrepreneurs to support Make in India. And we young entrepreneurs can say, we will. Will we not? I didn't hear any noise at all. This is very much, very low. I understand that it is a lunchtime. So with right tools and right frame of mind, I'm talking about the right frame of mind can be underlined as attitude. It's easy being an entrepreneur. I have built it up that entrepreneurship is going to be very tough. But it is not like that. It is actually very easy. Unless you are organized yourself. If you are not able to organize only yourself, how are you going to organize the life of multiple people? Thousands and lakhs of people. How are you going to organize? If you don't do this, then we can never be an entrepreneur. But if you do this, it's easy. It's very much a cakewalk. Being an entrepreneur is a cakewalk. I have experienced it. But only thing is that, like you guys, when I see you guys, I'm like really happy that when in my young days, like you, at your ages, I will do anything, but I will not, more than my books, I will be practically in the market. If I could recommend you guys, if you are an entrepreneur showing all this kind of presentations to me, you could have spent one single day into the field. Just one single day into the field and understand what is there in each of your presentations. Somebody was there giving a presentation on the first presentation was on that Mupattaru Vaidhanile, and the Mari presentation. Is it right? Like that first presentation. Likewise, if you did some sort of research and a live atmosphere work, then it should have been better. Am I right or not? Yeah. I'm not telling that your presentation was poor. It was fantastic. But instead of making only bookish things, come into the market, come into the roads, come to the streets. That will teach you more. That will teach you better. That will teach you the attitude. That will teach you the survival techniques. That will teach you the basic business instincts. Come to the market. In fact, I would recommend your department HODs and all the doctorates that are available here. Please push them into the market. Send them all to the streets. Let them find out. Instead of giving a presentation like this, I would strongly recommend that though the presentation is mandatory for the educational qualification, for their simple attitudinal change, they should visit the streets more often. I would strongly recommend that. And I will also recommend you guys to have a very strong connect with industrialists like Jairaj sir. They will all help you how an organized business is run. Theirs is a flagship company in Coimbatore. Do you know, anybody of you know that? LG Equipments Limited is a flagship company. It is an Indian multinational company. Anyone know that? That's a huge organization. Theirs is a huge organization. But how they made it big, so big? Learn it. Go to their industry. Find out what they did. What is the technology that they are using? In 1999, they implemented the business automation. How will they fail? Am I right, sir? Was it in 99? You introduced Bond. So there is a business automation software called Bond. They introduced in 1999. Today the company has grown 20 times, 25 times. They have offices in US, they have offices in Germany. The international competition is fearing them. How come it is happening? Because they have the data in their fingertips. They have the entire data in the fingertips. That is why they are surviving. That is why they are leading actually the market. That is why they are giving threat to all the international competitors. We Indians are the best people. We have the highest intellect across the globe. But only thing is that we don't have the right kind of an attitude, right kind of an approach to the business. Here I would like to tell you, in fact to your department heads also, I will be just an email away. I will be just an email away. You can have my email ID, anybody, any one of you. Anything on mentoring, anything on pitching the product, anything on marketing. Just I am an email away. Make use of myself. I'm just free, and you can make use of myself. For a simple introduction on me, I was the one who launched Kinley Water in Coimbatore. That tetra person is listening. Hello, brother. I was the one who launched Kinley Water in Coimbatore. Here, opposite to Suguna Mills, opposite to Suguna Mills, from 1999 till 2006, I was the one handling the Coca-Cola depot. We were selling 200 truckloads a day, 200 truckloads of Coke a day. But I got burnt myself. In single day I lost 12 crores and I was in the streets with no money, not even to buy milk for my son. But since, as I said, the honesty and trustworthiness, that I was keeping that in the market. So people couldn't digest that I failed, because that was not my reason. Can anybody imagine an individual losing 12 crore for a fault of a multinational company? You wonder, I am assuring you that all this Maggi issue which is coming across, not a single pie the Maggi manufacturing company or the Nestle would have lost. It would have all been lost by the C&F agents, distributors and the retailers. They will never pay the money till you go to the court. My money was stuck for 12 crores was stuck for 4 years. I fought with them and took it back in 2010. My bank returned 1,000 rupees check for a BSNL payment. We were in flying colors. 300 crores was the turnover we did in 2004. We were in the streets in a single day. But we had the business systems in place, the honesty and trust was there. Within 3 months, all my friends, without informing me, they formed a team and pulled me out of the system, pulled me out of the trouble. I made money 3 times. I lost 12 crores, I made 3 times of money. Can you imagine in how much time? Just a crude guess. 3 months. Why? Because they know that I am not a cheat. They know that I am a trustworthy person. Because industry will see to it that you will not fail. But if you are smart, if you think that smart, that doing all sorts of gymnastics in your talks. For us, this is what is the document. Nothing more than that. But if you are using this wrongly, then you are done. Nobody will take care of you. They will say that let him die, that guy is a cheat. He needs that punishment. We will tell them such person or not. It will happen. So stick to the basics, very basics. Be honest, be trustworthy. Because it is not easy to build trustworthiness. It takes years, but it takes minutes to lose the trustworthiness. But it takes years. It's really hard, but you will never fail as an entrepreneur. So I will be talking, but I don't want to, because Jairaj sir wants to go for a meeting. So for you guys to just make use of myself, because we had an experience in launching products. Reliance Phone was launched by me in Coimbatore. Kinley Water was launched by us. Then we were the people who launched Valvoline Cummins brand of lubricants. That's again an American brand, Shell lubricants. All this couple of retailing we did really successful and massively. So if you really want to make use of it, we are there available in the market. But before that, make sure that you are really serious. Give your life to what the thought that you are going to present to, whatever you have present to us today. Not one of your team will fail. But you have to give your life. If not, just forget.